Brick films have been a staple of artistic expression for years. The medium has allowed people of all ages to create stop-motion animated films using Lego to unlock the power of imagination. In 1960, the first time it was ever publicly put into practice was actually by Lego themselves. Commissioned by Lego's general manager at the time, Axel Thompson, very little is known about the brick film. Even its creator is unknown. Its existence was a complete mystery until it was archived by Bricks in Motion. The commercial features brick-built animals and time-lapse builds of sets. It was featured in German cinemas nationwide. 13 years later, the first amateur brick film was created by Lars and Henrik Hassing. Titled Journey to the Moon, Lego CEO Gottfried Kirk Christensen even had a personal copy made. It wouldn't even see the light of day online until 2013, celebrating its 40th anniversary. Lindsay Flee's 1989 project, The Magic Portal, is widely known as the first major stop-motion film created with minifigures, using ones from Lego Space and Castle. By the 90s, the medium had grown exponentially. In 1996, Lego produced the Western ripoff, which became the first brick film to be distributed online by the company. Curiously, it was released as a downloadable screensaver with a mere size of just 1 megabyte. Despite promising a continuation, one was never made. But I mean, you can always just check out my film, Lego Western, a few dollars forever. Link in description.
I'll make myself a suit of armor to become better, faster, stronger.
Man, what a shameless plug. But hey, this is my channel. I can do whatever I want.
I'm the captain now.
By the late 90s, Lego was facing financial troubles, despite that era delivering some of the best sets, with the Adventures theme and the newly released Star Wars sets in 1999. Regardless, Lego was transparent and put out a press release detailing their losses and hopes to rebuild the brand stronger than ever.
Most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work.
Seeing that in 2025 feels surreal, as no corporations ever take accountability these days, and really seem to like to blame the consumer. With technology evolving in new ways, Lego began producing more and more video games and expanded their website to cater to kids of all ages. While visiting Walt Disney Studios, Lego designer Rick Segrist was inspired to create a film-related theme. Upon presenting the concept to Lego, they were ecstatic and hoped to collaborate with a well-known filmmaker. This led them to the legendary Steven Spielberg. There are few directors in Hollywood these days that have left a lasting impact as much as him. Known for his energetic camera work, excellent blocking, and just having a great imagination, Steven Spielberg, along with George Lucas, completely reshaped filmmaking during the new wave of Hollywood.
What's this all going to look like when you're done?
What you do is you pan over to this man right here. He talks.
I have the vaguest idea. It's whatever he wants.
With a colossal catalog filled with so many classics, from Raiders of the Lost Ark to E.T. and Jurassic Park, Spielberg, funnily enough, had also been working on a movie-making related toy, but had yet to find a brand to work with. The stars aligned, and in no time, Lego and Steven Spielberg officially began their collaboration. Truly, it was a match made in heaven. Closely collaborating with Lego, Spielberg envisioned an entire theme to inspire kids to pursue filmmaking at home, rather than waiting years to go to film school and having to deal with all the constraints of requiring a large crew and expensive resources. Working to bring together the classic Lego system of play with computer technology, the theme's premier kit, the Steven Spielberg Movie Maker set, was first unveiled at E3 2000 in May. The central build mimics a film set, including the director, which is of course Spielberg in minifig form.
Why aren't you dead? Multiples.
There can be only one.
A cameraman, grip assistant, actress, stuntman, and a fireman who obviously has the rescue uniform, the town sub-theme, and recurring organization that saves the day in the Lego universe. While the rescue line only lasted a year, the characters have returned to appear in Lego Soccer, Studios Island 2, and World City.
This theme was the shit. So how many sets were there in this collection?
This theme had 9 different sets, and you could build road vehicles, boats and hose, and a couple helicopters as well.
Okay, that's enough rescue lore. Now back to Studios. Featuring interactive elements such as a base plate that could be separated to simulate the ground cracking open, even a sliding camera piece on a miniature dolly track, the set also has collapsible buildings for the T-Rex to destroy. Speaking of which, the set cleverly includes miniature versions of the buildings to fit the scale of the T-Rex, as well as a large-scale brick-built T-Rex foot. Though not included in the set, another set, 1354 Dino Head Attack, can easily be paired with the whole build, acting as a suitable scaled T-Rex head for the scene. Also included were really fun backdrops to give the illusion of a big city. With Spielberg's name attached to the set, it's actually based on the climactic scene of Jurassic Park: The Lost World, The Lost World Jurassic Park, where the T-Rex escapes from the port of San Diego only to wreak havoc on the city. While a great translation of the pivotal moment in Lego form, I can't say the minifigures really look that much like Jeff Goldblum or Julianne Moore. I definitely think I would have remembered if Julianne Moore wore a crop top. Though the Goldblum figure does have a very annoyed Ian Malcolm-esque expression.
That is one big pile of shit.
Close enough. Merging Lego with electronic equipment, the set's most iconic feature is the Lego brick-themed camera, which can be customized with your own unique builds. Using webcam technology created by Logitech, the camera is very easy to use. Requiring a USB connection to a computer, the camera is able to capture both video and photos for stop motion to allow for more flexibility in the filmmaking. The editing software came on a CD. Surprisingly, the camera received a lot of criticism, but understandably, for its extremely low quality. Despite taking photos at a resolution of 640 by 480, within the editing software it was downgraded to 320 by 240 and further lowered to a 160 by 120 upon exporting the video due to heavy compression. While this was definitely a problem, uploading the photo and video files to other editing softwares avoided this completely. Included on the software disk was a multitude of different videos. 3 brick films were included, all based on Spielberg's most iconic projects: Jurassic Park, Shark Bite, and Jewel Quest. Jurassic Park is of course a riff on the first Jurassic Park film, recreating the iconic moment the T-Rex escapes the park during the storm with the vibrations and everything. Shark Bite is obviously Jaws, features the infamous shark and, as the title suggests, taking a bite out of the boat. Jewel Quest stars the legendary Johnny Thunder, recreating the famous opening from Raiders of the Lost Ark, but instead of the giant spherical boulder,
it's spherical! Spherical!
It's jokingly replaced by a baseball. And then in complete Lego fashion, Johnny rides it as he escapes, only to be met by Achu in place of the Jovitos, offering the same jewel as cheap souvenirs. Moreover, the CD also included videos highlighting the theme's first wave of sets, with T-Rex City of course being based on the main Movie Maker set, On Location, which shows the helicopter in action with the backdrop from 1351, The Bank Job demonstrating the awesome Explosion Studio set, and Yeehaw stunt action, including the car from 153, and has a really cool shot of a camera mounted on the car as it takes flight. Additionally, 21 tutorial videos offering tips and tricks to perfect the user's brick films were also inserted. These were even narrated by Spielberg himself.
You can safely shoot this scene of Johnny Thunder dangling over the edge of a scary deep tomb by just tilting the model like this.
Never in a million years would I have expected to hear him utter the name Johnny Thunder. Whilst all these brick films and videos are super cool and informative, they're incredibly dishonest as they were all shot with a professional camera, leading some to criticize Lego for falsely advertising the camera, as the entire marketing campaign and commercials led consumers to believe the studio's camera was capable of capturing in that high quality. Of course, the resolution wasn't great, but many brick films online used it, and there's something very charming about its grainy look. The set was used as a demo one more time at Legoland California before finally releasing in November 2000 in North America and then worldwide April 2001. Although the set had a massive price tag of $180, it was ultimately worth it, as it had everything a budding filmmaker would need to make really cool brick films. Upon release, it was met with critical acclaim, winning prestigious awards, Most Innovative Toy of the Year, and even 2 BAFTAs in the categories Children's and Learning at the BAFTA Interactive Awards, which subsequently became the BAFTA Game Awards. To really expand their online presence, Lego also launched the studio's website, which featured the first of its kind screening room, where netizens could watch official brick films by the company. This included the aforementioned films included in the editing software CD, as well as Lego Monty Python and the Holy Grail, The Han Solo Affair, Scary Thriller, Spider-Man, and even Michel Gondry's music video for The White Stripes Fell in Love with a Girl. Ironically, Jack White approached LEGO about making a set to market the single, but they declined.
How about no?
As they felt the brand was not suitable to work with a rock band mainly listened to by adults. However, LEGO changed their tune once the music video went viral online, leading them to contact White about a collaboration, but he quickly shut them down, saying LEGO had their chance.
Damn!
Now that's just ice cold.
Just give me a chance!
Listen to this right now. There's two things you need to know. I'm the king. And number two is, look out, man! Look at that, they're coming at you. You see that? It's called karate, man, and only two kinds of people know it. The Chinese and the king. One of them is me.
LEGO also held many contests, with the winners' videos being hosted on the screening room page. To further market the sets, LEGO created the third-person web game Backlot, which allowed the player to explore the LEGO Studios lot, exploring different film sets and interacting with various characters from the LEGO universe. For the time, it was extremely ambitious, as most Flash games were generally pretty simplistic, while Backlot was more or less the first open-world web game. Admittedly, the constant walking sound effects are enough to make someone lose their mind. LEGO's collaboration with Spielberg didn't end there. Signing a 3-year licensing deal with Amblin and Universal Pictures, they obtained the rights to Jurassic Park 3, creating just 2 sets for the theme. And rather than making figures for Sam Neill and Teo Leone's characters in the film, they included Johnny Thunder and Pippin Reed, which makes sense since just a year prior they were part of the Adventures sub-theme Dino Island, which took a lot of inspiration from the Jurassic Park franchise.
Hey Rex, how can you tell the good humans from the bad ones? The good ones taste better.
Through the deal with Universal, LEGO also acquired the rights to all the classic Universal monsters, making sets for Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, and the Mummy, which is cleverly a bandaged version of Hotep from the LEGO Adventures Desert line, which is of course a nod to Imhotep, the titular character of the Mummy franchise. As the Studios line continued into 2002, they introduced its newest sub-theme, Spider-Man, based on Sam Raimi's film. One thing that always bugged me is the fact that they included Spielberg as the director in the Spider-Man Action Studios set, when they could have just made a new figure for Sam Raimi.
We stand here amidst my achievement, not yours!
All in all, LEGO Studios was a revolutionary theme. Bringing together the greatest toy brand with the most imaginative filmmaker in the world created something timeless. Brick films would not be where they are today without LEGO Studios. Steven Spielberg's input helped bring the theme to greater heights, putting stop-motion filmmaking front and center. The impact it left was unprecedented. An entire generation of young filmmakers were built from the popularity of the theme. Although LEGO Studios was short-lived, lasting just 3 years, YouTube offered a new home where kids could share their creativity without having the troubles of needing a distributor. LEGO has always been reinventing themselves using their ingenuity to create toys that really stimulate kids' imaginations. LEGO Studios was genuinely something magical and released at the perfect time. You know, it would never be able to come out today with all the iPad brain kids, you know? But then again, I'm just thankful that I got to grow up at the same time as some of the most iconic LEGO themes.
Take one.
Dodge this.